All right, so we've decided what camera we're going to use. We've learned a few tips and tricks on how to use that camera. Now let's talk about planning for the day of stock photography. So for me, it really revolves around one hero location. And what I mean by that is I decide, what is there that's in my 100-mile radius, however far I want to drive, whatever, that fits my niche. Doesn't have to, but that's a good starting place to kind of figure out, where you want to go. So let's say that I have decided I want to take pictures of TCU, Texas Christian University, out in Fort Worth, Texas. So that's my plan. That's my big day. TCU is what I want to be doing. So the way that I'm going to approach that is I'm first going to, first I need to go on Shutterstock and see what images there are of TCU and if I think that I can do better. So when I search for images of TCU, I'm seeing some horned frog mascots, some of these images. This might be my image. My photography day at TCU, these pictures didn't turn out great, but they've sold. Again, supply and demand. So this is nice. There's a logo here. I wish I had found that when I was on campus. So I think there's definitely room for improvement in these TCU pictures. So I would say TCU is a good subject. So you also want to search video, because the deal is photos sell more often, but video sells for more money. So you want to see what the options are on photos and videos. We had 93 photos. We have 53 videos. Is this mine? I don't. That might be mine. I don't know. So there's only 54 videos of TCU. Look, all these are clouds. So doing video of Texas Christian in Fort Worth is a great idea. Okay, so another thing that I like to do before I get to the location is just do a simple Google search on where I'll be going to see what pictures people have already posted to that place that they want to be showing off. So if there's any iconic location or anything like that that people definitely associate with the location, it should be posted on Google here. So when I scroll through this, the things that I am seeing, really, there's two things. One are these fountains, these little lily pad fountains, I think is what these are supposed to be. So that shows up a few times, and then also the sign with the flags behind it as well. So that sign might be a little difficult because it's long, so it's not quite the dimensions that you might want for a picture. But when you see an image like this is a nice image right there. So those two things, once I showed up to TCU campus, I would be looking for those two things to get a picture of. And it's nice too, people on Google here have kind of done some of this groundwork for you, and you're just kind of recreating some of these pictures yourself. There's always going to be sports at universities. There's always going to be research. There's always going to be scandals from time to time, whatever. So TCU is what we want to do. We've decided that's our hero location, TCU in Fort Worth. From there, we think, okay, we're going to Fort Worth. I always like to pick maybe 3 to 4 locations for a day and try to do it all in one day. Just pick a Saturday, pick a free day you have, and just make a day out of it with you and a friend, or just go by yourself, whatever. So we're going to be in Fort Worth. So what I like to do is why don't we just Google things to do in Fort Worth. So now we're dipping into like a tourism niche here. We're trying to figure out what people like to do in Fort Worth. And we see that the stockyards have 5,600 reviews here, 4.7. That's nice. Kimball Art Museum is a thing. That's great. Six Flags Over Texas has 24,000 reviews. That's great. So, sites that I like to see what's popular, TripAdvisor is great. Yelp is pretty good for restaurants. I do think it's worthwhile to cover restaurants that epitomize a type of cuisine. The Franklin barbecue sign for me in Austin has done very well because Texas barbecue is a thing. If I were to go to Louisiana and take pictures of really popular Cajun or Creole restaurants, I feel like that would do really well. I took a southern road trip in the winter last year and got some pictures of southern cuisine and southern restaurants. So really I don't think a popular barbecue restaurant in Nevada probably isn't going to do well because Nevada is not known for their barbecue, right? But if you can take a cuisine that epitomizes a region, that's going to have more write-ups. But that being said, Google is great, TripAdvisor is great, Yelp is great. See what's popular and then decide to cover those things. So Six Flags is real popular. AT&T Stadium, sports, there's always going to be sports being played. Even in a pandemic, things are starting back up. AT&T Stadium, 24,000 reviews. Fort Worth Zoo. So pick a few of these and make a whole day out of it. And what I like to do, I like to go on Google My Maps, and you can actually create custom maps. So that way you can tell, okay, I need to start here, hit this one, this one, this one, and so you're not backtracking a lot. But what I did on my Fort Worth day, I covered TCU. Let me just see if I can type in Fort Worth and see what I come up with here. Yeah, okay. Billy Bob's was a big one. Billy Bob's is the largest dance hall in Texas. It is absolutely massive. It's quite a thing to see. It's the biggest bar you've ever been into in your life. It's really interesting. So I went and I covered Billy Bob's. I covered Joe T. Garcia's, which is a really popular Mexican place. I covered the Fort Worth Stockyards here as well. And I think these are my images. And I think I guess I got more video. I covered Billy Bob's pretty well. Again, pick 3 or 4 different locations. You're driving out somewhere. You're spending some time there. You don't want to go just for one single picture, one single subject. I've kind of realized at this point that every day I go out and cover maybe 3 locations, every time, that to me equates to about $5 a month. So at this point, I've probably done that 100 times. That's why I'm at about $500 a month. But to me, each time I go out, it equates to about $5 a month, which again does not seem like a lot of money. But then you're like, well, that is $60 a year for just going out one day on a Saturday. You do that a few times, you're looking at sizable money. If you really make a push at it, you again, hundreds of dollars a month. It's really not that hard. And when you're looking at these pictures, these aren't, some of these videos are nice, but these are very basic standard stuff. Again, it all comes down to supply and demand. Once you've kind of made your plan, okay, I'm going to Fort Worth, I'm hitting up the university, the restaurant, I'm hitting up Billy Bob's, I'm doing these things. Once you get there, spend more time than you think you will there. I mean, spend an hour or 2 at each location. Really cover the subjects and take photos and videos. Again, photos, I will sell maybe 4 to 5 photos a day, but I'll sell a video every week or so. So photos are a constant stream of not a lot of money, and videos are a little bit more well paid. Some videos will sell for $15, some will sell for $60. It all kind of depends on what the use is for them. So when you're at a place, it really takes no extra time. Snap the photo, change it to video, take a video, make sure the videos are at least 6 seconds long. That's kind of the minimum that some of these sites require. Really just go for 10. And with video, you, again, don't need to be super fancy. It's always nice to start with maybe some kind of small transition. So if you're just like a slow tilt up and you sit there for 10 seconds, a slow pan, you sit there for 10 seconds. That's all you got to do. You're really not doing anything special there. So always take photos and videos. If you want, take a horizontal picture as well as a vertical picture. Again, I don't think the vertical pictures sell as well, but it's all about options. Another thing that's important is talking about covering a location. And what I mean by that is, when it comes to videos, think about the people that are going to be buying these videos. Someone is doing some segment on something. Typically, they are not looking for just one single clip of the sign of the location or whatever. They want to get a feel for that location as well. And so if you're at TCU, if you get 6 different clips of various buildings on campus, of various logos, TCU logos, things that show off the campus. An editor, a video editor, is able to use all 6 of those clips, and suddenly you've made hundreds of dollars because you've sold more than just one clip. So for instance, a while back there was one single day, looks like November 23rd, 2019, where someone bought 4 clips that I had filmed at Texas A&M University. And because I had covered it so well with so many different shots and angles, I was able to make about $60 just in that one day because the editor had bought 4 clips of mine. It's important for a single subject, get a tight, get a wide, but also if you're at a location with more than one thing that's visually interesting, definitely film as much as you can, take as many pictures as you can, and really cover the place because that will really pay off.